Hi everyone, my name is Debbie. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back. If you're new here, I'm a reseller. I've been reselling for 21 years on eBay and 6 years on Poshmark. And today I have a what sold video for you. I'm going to share some items that sold on eBay and Poshmark in the month of August 2025. I sold a total of 124 items for a gross amount of $5,031.13. We will start on eBay because I had the most sales on eBay. I sold 84 items for a gross amount of $3,980.13. And before I forget, I'm trying out this microphone today. I had someone a couple videos ago tell me that my sound was really bad. And so they suggested that I use a lapel microphone, and I actually had one. I've had it for a couple years now, but when I tried it the first time, I didn't think the audio was as good as my phone, but I thought I'll give it a try now. So if you wouldn't mind letting me know if you think this audio is better or just the audio from my phone, that would be great, and I'll know how to record in the future. The first item I picked up at my most recent Goodwill bins trip when I went to Dallas, Texas, and I found this Nike jacket, and I noticed that it had a stain all over the front. But I picked it up anyway because the cost of goods at the bins is so low that I love trying to get stains out and save things. So I took the jacket home and I sprayed it with OxyClean, and then I used a soft toothbrush and just kind of rubbed the OxyClean in, washed it, and it came out perfectly. There was no stain left at all. I titled this listing Nike NFL 100 On-Field Pullover Jacket, Men's Extra Large, San Francisco 49ers Raincoat, and then I put SF for San Francisco. It sold for $33.88. My earnings were $20.43. Paid just $1.85 at the Goodwill bins in Dallas, Texas. It took just one day to sell, and profit was $18.58. The next item was 2 pairs of Skechers tennis shoes. They were brand new in the box. I titled the listing NIB for new in box, Skechers Arch Fit City Drive Shoes, women's size 7.5. I took pictures of both of the boxes because one of them was kind of dented in. I put in the listing that I had 2 of them, that they could purchase one. It was a multi-quantity listing, or if they purchased 2, they got a discount by buying 2. Well, one buyer purchased both of them for a gross amount of $230.82. That's how much the buyer paid. Earnings, or what was deposited back in my bank, was $180.95. These were my sister's, so she earned that money. So I sent that to her, but they only took 3 days to sell. And now I know to be on the lookout for these tennis shoes. My sister brought some things to me that she wanted me to list, and she said, these are the best shoes, and they stopped making them a few years ago. She said she purchased them in the wrong size and she never sent them back, ordered her size, but she had been just hanging on to them. She said they're worth a lot of money, I think. You have to pay a lot of money to buy these now. So I went to the research tab on eBay so I could see 2 years of sales. So I priced them at the high amount because I knew that they were an in-demand item because my sister had that experience, and I saw some that sold for a lot. So I knew to price them at high. So I showed how to use that research tool a couple of what sold videos ago. So I won't go through all of that again, but sometimes on things like that, it pays to look at more than just 90 days. When I was able to look at 2 years, I could see the highest amount that those sold for, and I knew that I could get that for them. And the person left great feedback and said that she'd been wearing her current pair for 3 years. So when she saw that pair, she snatched them up. The next one was a beautiful coat cape. I titled the listing Vintage 60s Cape Reversible Wrap Coat Scarf Jacket Coat. One size, small, medium, large, extra large, check. Whenever something is one size fits all or one size fits most, I also like to put the sizes that I think it will fit. That way it will pull in those buyers that are searching by those sizes. It sold for $144.14. It didn't even have a brand name inside. My earnings were $106.03. It took 5 months and 26 days to sell. I was selling this for my friend. This came from the estate that I'm working on. But say you found this at Goodwill and it was marked $15. That would be a $91.03 profit. No brand name, just based on style. Picked it up because I thought it was beautiful and a great style, well made, quality. One of these things that's really neat on this estate, things that I'm listing that just stand the test of time and last 40, 50, 60 years. It's amazing. And speaking of really nice items that will last through time, a couple years ago, I had a video and I shared this Teddy Blake purse that I got. They sent it to me and I love it. It has stayed so nice. This is the purse that I carry more than any other purse. I take it everywhere. When we go on trips and I can only take one purse, this is the purse. I've received so many compliments and it has just stayed so nice. So Teddy Blake reached back out to me and offered to send another purse to me. So I was able to look through their purses and there were so many beautiful purses. But I decided that this one was my favorite and I am absolutely in love with it. I'm so glad that I picked this one. This is the Vera Crocco 14-inch in camel brown. Size is perfect. The leather is just amazing. It is such high quality, and inside it is suede, and it is like the nicest suede you'd ever want to feel. It is so supple. It is beautiful. And there are a few things that I love about this bag. So you can carry it like this, or it has this strap. It opens up really wide. So it has a large capacity like that, but it also snaps closed on the sides. So I really like that. And then this is really neat. There are pockets on both sides and they're deep. Like, look, my arm's all the way in there. They are very nice, big, deep pockets, and they're completely suede also. This is just my favorite purse ever. It is so beautiful. And I was looking for something to wear that would match it. And this is a skirt that I got. It's a Guess skirt that I got from the bins. And I thought, oh, it matches. So I was really excited about that. So perfect. I love it. The craftsmanship is just absolutely beautiful. Oh, this purse is such high quality. I think I will have this purse forever. It says Teddy Blake, New York right here. And then inside it says Teddy Blake, made in Italy. You can just smell the leather. Like, if you can imagine the best smelling leather ever. Let me tell you a little bit more about Teddy Blake as we scroll through their website so you can see some of their beautiful, beautiful handbags. Teddy Blake designs dream bags. They have a team of Italian designers that design luxury quality handbags for every style choice while keeping the price point to affordable levels. They use premium Italian leather. Their leather is luxuriously dyed and treated to withstand the test of time and maintain a luxurious look. And I can tell you, the bag that I've been using almost daily still looks perfect and beautiful. The quality is excellent. They have experienced craftsmen that work in the same Italian factories as other luxurious brands. They have decades of knowledge and experience in creating these works of art. So these are every bit as nice as handbags that you would pay thousands of dollars for a fraction of the price. And I'm so grateful to Teddy Blake for sending another handbag to me. I will treasure it. If you are interested in buying a Teddy Blake bag, you will not be disappointed. They are absolutely beautiful. I will have everything linked in my description box below. If you're interested in purchasing from them, use that code to save a little bit extra. Now back to the what sold video. Next item is a GPS dog fence collar. So some of you had asked about Sierra. She's right behind me sleeping. I'll get a video of that up here. She stays by my side all the time. When we brought her home from the shelter, we thought, okay, we don't want to put up an entire fence. It's really expensive to put up a fence. We have some land, so that would be just too expensive to put up a fence. And so my husband thought, well, let's buy a GPS collar. That way she can go outside and play, but she'll have boundaries, and the collar would beep whenever she would reach a boundary. And we trained her to come back to the back door as soon as she heard the beep. Training went excellent. She loved it. We had so much fun training. She knew when that beep went off, she was right back at the back door. It was excellent. The only problem is she is terrified to go outside without us. I guess it's probably because she was homeless for a long time and outside and scared. So she will not go outside unless one of us stays out there. We try to go inside, she is right back with us. So we tried the collar for like 10 months and we decided it's no use. So my husband said, go ahead and list it. I titled the listing Spot On GPS Fence Dog Collar, Wireless, Medium, 12 to 18-inch neck, precise location app. It sold for $812.02. My earnings after fees and postage were taken out was a lot less. What we received back in the bank was only $612.97. It took just 6 days to sell. And of course, all of that was profit because it was something that we had purchased. We paid $1,052.72 for it. So it's a loss, as in we probably should not have purchased the collar, but it's a gain because if I didn't sell on eBay, we would have just donated it to Goodwill and it would have been a complete loss. So at least we were able to recoup $612.97 and we had a lot of fun doing the training. That was great. These collars are great to be on the lookout for at Goodwill or at a garage sale. Let's look at sold comps for GPS dog collar fence. There are currently 146 listed that are used, and there are 191 that have sold in the past 90 days. So that is more than a 100% sell-through rate. I have these sold comps sorted by date, so it's showing the most recent first. And what I noticed when I looked through these was that Spot On seemed to sell for the highest. So definitely be on the lookout for Spot On. Then the brand Halo sold really well also, and there are a few other brands. So just be on the lookout. If you see a GPS fence dog collar, it might be worth a lot of money. But something you need to know, if you get these collars, you have to have the original owner disconnected. So the person received it and they messaged me and they said it's still connected to your account. Can you disconnect it? So we disconnected it from our account and then he was able to connect his and it worked out just fine. So I started thinking, what if I found this at Goodwill and I could not contact the original owner, or I purchased it at a garage sale and then got home and realized that it had to be disconnected. So this morning I messaged them and asked if I were to find this at a garage sale and could not go back and have the owner disconnect it, is there a way to still use it? And yes, that is possible. You just contact Spot On, give them the serial number, and then they can reset it for you. So be on the lookout for Spot On GPS fence collars. There are a few different brands. I'd be on the lookout for any of them. Also, this one sold for over $750. So when I went to print my postage, it said to add signature upon delivery. So I added that and I let the person know that it was scheduled to arrive on Friday. It's requiring signature delivery. I was like, I'm sorry, I know that's a pain. I hope someone can be there to sign for it. They said, no problem. That way they were aware of that. The next item was a dress that I found at my local Goodwill on a Monday when the oldest color tag is $1.29, and I just thought it was a really cute dress. I didn't know the brand, have any experience with it, so I just picked it up on style. I titled the listing Vintage 80s Tobias & Company Red Polka Dot Dress, size 12. It sold for $43.19. My earnings were $26.03. Again, I paid $1.29 at my regular Goodwill. It took a while to sell though, 8 months and 26 days, but my profit was $24.74 on a $1.29 investment. This one had so many watchers. I just kept thinking, it's going to sell, it's going to sell. So I slowly dropped the price just a little bit until it sold. Just a quick reminder, if you're new and not subscribed, I'd love to have you back. Just hit the subscribe button down below, and if you hit the notification bell, it will let you know when I release new videos. I sold this Torrid midi dress, size 1, peach medallion studio knit puff sleeve skater. Then I put the sizes 14/16 and 1X because the Torrid size 1 is equivalent to those sizes. So I wanted to put all of those in the title. It sold for $26.90. My earnings were $12.53. I paid just $2.12. At the Dallas bins, it took 12 days to sell, and my profit was $10.41. The next one was a jacket. It just looked really nice. It was summer when I picked it up, but I thought I want to pick up those things now, have them listed so that when people start buying those things, I already have them listed. I titled this listing Gallery Hooded Coat, Extra Large Black Removable Liner Rain Jacket. It sold for $37.97. My earnings were $20.98. I paid $4.28 at the Dallas bins. It took 9 days to sell, and my profit was $16.70. And that's why I weigh my items when I pick them up from the bins instead of doing average cost of goods, because it makes me really think about it when I pick up a jacket. I know, that might end up being still $5 or $6, whereas a little tank top might only be 50 cents. So I just like knowing the exact amount of each item. This next one came from a recent Goodwill haul, the one where I was getting my tire changed. And so I walked to a regular Goodwill store and found some items. This was a pair of boots that I was like, oh, I'm not sure if I want to pay $14.99 for them, but I looked up the comps. They looked good, so I decided to pick them up. I titled this listing Madewell Boots, women's size 7, the City Walk lug sole, Chelsea boot in leather, and then I put the style number. It sold for $55.79. My earnings were $31.59. I paid $14.99 at my regular Goodwill. They took 2 months and 20 days to sell, and my profit was $16.60. Next one was a nightgown brand that I come across all the time, and it always sells great. And this one was particularly pretty. I thought it was gorgeous at the neckline. I titled this listing Shadowline Nightgown 1X Blue Embroidered Gown Cottagecore. It sold for $22.76. My earnings were $11.75. I paid just 89 cents at the Dallas bins. It took 16 days to sell, and my profit was $10.86. This next item I found at the Dallas bins, and I noticed it was a matching set, and so I thought that added value. So I decided to pick it up. I got home, washed it, and some of the blue from the sweatshirt rubbed off onto the drawstrings. So I noted that the drawstrings were also a little bit worn. Also, the zipper on the back of the pants didn't work. So it had some issues, but it still sold, and I still made a profit. I titled the listing Fifth Loop 2XL, 3XL, because one piece was 2XL, one piece was 3XL. Bittersweet crew neck sweatsuit, sweatshirt, and joggers pant set. It sold for $31.04. My earnings were $17. I paid $5.67 at the Dallas bins. It took 14 days to sell, and my profit was $11.33. The next one, also from the Dallas bins, was this American Eagle men's medium shirt, heritage fit, thermal baseball, raglan sleeve, long sleeve. It sold for $19.45. My earnings were $10.56. I paid $1.01 at the Dallas bins. It took 13 days to sell, and my profit was $9.55. So that one was not a huge profit, but I made almost a $10 profit on a $1 investment. Then on Poshmark, I sold 40 items for a gross amount of $1,051 and no cents. The first two came from a viewer, Mitzi. Thank you so much, Mitzi, for buying from me. I had them in a recent haul, and she saw them in the haul and purchased them, and they are really nice. They were the Talbot's Shetland wool blazer, women's size 12. One of them was mistletoe plaid, and the other one was apple plaid. She purchased both of them, 2 of them. Each one was $38. My earnings were $30.40. I paid just $5 each for them. We're also in a recent haul from my regular Goodwill. They took 1 month and 12 days to sell, and my profit on each one was $25.40. So thank you so much, Mitzi. And I went to look at Mitzi's closet after she purchased from me, and her closet is amazing, beautiful. It completely blows my closet away. So nice. If you have a chance, you should visit Mitzi's closet. It's Mitzi La Follette, and then she has on it clothes encounters, which I thought was so cute. And her items are so nice. So I think it's so wonderful when we can support each other. So if you have a few minutes to visit Mitzi's closet and support her, that would be wonderful. And thank you so much again, Mitzi. That absolutely made my day. The next item was another item that I picked up at the Dallas Bins. I titled the listing Vintage Metro Style Black Leather Blazer Jacket, size 8, button front. It sold for just $15, so not a lot. My earnings were $12. I paid $2.80 at the Dallas Bins. It took 1 month and 3 days to sell, and my profit was $9.20. I often pick up leather jackets at the bins if they look in good condition, regardless of brand, because sometimes they can sell really well. This one, I looked up the comps and they weren't great, but it sold quickly, and so I'm pleased with that. The next item I titled Peter Millar Men's Dress Pants, 38 by 34, navy blue flat front. They sold for $18. My earnings were $14.40. I paid just $1.44 also at the Dallas Bins. They took 15 days to sell, and my profit was $12.96. The item was another item that my daughter Sydney found. She's off at college, and so I've shared a few things that she found. I said, if you find something really good when thrifting, pick it up. I'll list it for you, and then you can use it for grocery money or whatever you need. And she found another great dress. This was Maury Lee Madeline Gardner long black formal gown, size 8, fitted ruched. It sold for $52. My earnings were $38.32. Sydney paid $12.99 at a regular Goodwill. It took just 8 days to sell, and my profit was $25.33. So she has really zoned in. She found the wedding dress, a few formal dresses, because I told her, don't get things that are only going to make $5 or $10. I have a lot of stuff I need to list. Like if you find something, make sure it's something good. And she has done great. And she just called me yesterday and she was like, I'm going to run into, I think it was the Salvation Army, and see if I can find any great formal dresses or wedding dresses. And I talked to her later and I asked her if she found anything. She said, oh, no, not today. And so I wasn't just going to pick something up to pick it up. And that's such a good lesson for me to remember, because sometimes I just feel like, oh, I've got to get something. And sometimes it's better not to. So I was really proud of her, because I think a lot of people that are starting out thrifting, they just want to buy something and not leave the store empty handed. But I was really proud of her. She didn't pick up something that would waste my time listing. She's instead being very careful about her choices. So she's doing so great. The next item was an item that had so many watchers on eBay that I thought for sure it would go on eBay, but it didn't. It sold on Poshmark. It was Urban Behavior Y2K gray baby doll tank top, size small, gathered neckline, lace trim. It sold for $22. My earnings were $17.60. I paid just 52 cents at the Oklahoma City Bins. It took 6 months and 3 days to sell. So despite having a lot of watchers, I think like 40 or 50 watchers, which is a lot for my items, it still took 6 months and 3 days to sell. So sometimes a lot of watchers doesn't always mean that it's going to sell really fast. Maybe people are just checking it out to see, oh, will that sell for very much? It took a really long time to sell for that many watchers, but my profit was $17.08. I find that these Y2K items are selling so well. So that is everything that I have for you today. I'm not going to go over all of my numbers like usual, because like I've said in the last few videos, it's not a real picture of reselling, because I'm doing so much reselling for other people that I'm really not making very much money, but I'm helping other people make money. But in general, I sold 124 items for $5,031.13. The money back in the bank after fees and postage was $3,220.61. Now, I figured if I had purchased all of these items to resell and I was getting all the profit, my average cost of goods is usually around $6 an item, because some things I get for really low from the bins, but then the regular Goodwill is more expensive, and then I have some liquidation in there. So probably on average, maybe $6. So that would have meant that my cost of goods was $744, meaning that I would have made $2,476.61. It wasn't anywhere near that. It was like hardly anything, because I'm doing a lot of selling for other people. So eventually I'll get through all of this and I'll get back to just selling my things. But I did list more this month. I was able to generate more sales. On eBay, it was 84 of those items for $3,980.13. After fees and postage, I received back $2,429.96. On Poshmark, 40 items for $1,051. After they took out fees, I received back $790.65. So pretty soon I'll get finished selling for everybody else, and I will give all of my numbers that will be a true picture of reselling again. So that is everything that I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy these videos and wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up, I would appreciate it so much. And if you're new and not subscribed, I would love to have you back. Just hit the subscribe button down below. And if you hit the notification bell, it will let you know when I release new videos. And if you don't mind letting me know if you think the audio is better with the little microphone or as I usually do it with just my phone, that would be great. Thank you so much. And everybody have a great day. Bye.